Okay. How's that? Sorry, guys. Man, it's been a day. Last few days. So, anyway, thank you. Welcome to the live stream where we're going to talk about Bitcoin basics. And I'll take questions. I'll move some crypto around so you guys can see what's going on my screen. Let's go over here to this guy. So let me welcome people who are here. Can you hear me now? That's my question. Can you guys hear me now? Because I just fixed the sound. Okay. All right. Let me pop out chat here. Whoops. All right. So W, welcome. Let's move this over here. Okay. Greetings from Belgium. Good to have you. Last week I asked you if you could see on if any website that shows the number of crypto users. Well, you found one. Oh, cool. With the free subscription, you can get a news report every week giving you some more analysis on the number of BTC addresses with over or under 1 BTC. Yeah, and I think that there are a lot of places you could check that. But that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of having to subscribe just to get information. But that's, I mean, if you want to throw up a link to that, I'll share that with everyone else. Christian is here. Welcome. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get just a little better. I have to apologize, guys. I wanted to show you my new rig, but my secondary camera is not working. I forgot to troubleshoot and check all the tech stuff before I got started this morning. In fact, I was going to wipe my computer drives and reinstall Windows starting last night. And then at the last minute, I did a little bit of prep and decided to start this morning. And then realized, oh my gosh, I have the live stream. I can't wipe my hard drive yet. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll jump into wiping my hard drive. And then hopefully next week I'll be able to get the camera, the secondary camera working. Like the Atom, how to stake with Ledger Nano X. Good. So yeah, let's just kind of give a quick overview of Ledger. I talk a lot about Ledger when we're moving Bitcoin. It's a great example because it takes into account most of the main features of Bitcoin wallets, and it even separates out some of the functionality to make it more clear what's going on. So this is Ledger Live, and we've dealt with this in many different videos. This is a software interface. Now, we talk about Bitcoin wallets a lot here. And I've linked to, down in the description below, you can check, there's a link to Mastering Bitcoin, where it's a great book by Andreas Antonopoulos about Bitcoin. And it's very technical, but it's not... you don't need to have a college degree to read it. You just have to have some patience. So it breaks down what Bitcoin is, how it works, how wallets work, how the blockchain works. And, we talk about wallets a lot. And I had a question on my YouTube channel the other day asking me about... I was talking about crypto.com, and I mentioned that it's not a wallet where you control the private keys, and she was kind of curious what I was talking about there. So, that word wallet gets thrown around a lot. And, you can have an exchange like Coinbase or Binance or crypto.com where you have what they might call wallets. Now, sometimes they call them accounts, but for every user account for an exchange, they're going to have pigeonholes for all of the different cryptocurrencies that you might buy and trade. And so those might be called wallets, but they're really just categories of the assets that you own and that are promised to you. They sort of hold them under the hood, in their own wallets. But you can request withdrawals from any of those and actually move the cryptocurrency that you've purchased out of the exchange onto your own wallet where you control the private keys. And that's kind of what we're dealing with here. So the word wallet can be used on an exchange, but it doesn't really fit the true definition of what a Bitcoin wallet is. And even in your own computer, that wallet might have different meanings as well. So a lot of people call this software here the wallet, right? And it serves function of a wallet. And then a lot of people call this the wallet. But specifically, or technically, this is not a wallet, but a keychain, right? It's more, it's better named as a keychain because it holds your private keys. But private keys are part of the wallet. They're a big part of the wallet. So, and then you've got the regular wallet that you carry around in the real world, and it, you don't carry all of your money around in this wallet. You carry some of it, right? The rest of your money is in a bank. So, this particular wallet would be more like the bank, right? This is where you would keep the bulk of your cryptocurrency for long, safe storage, right? Private and secure. All right, so let's say hello. Christian, can I use my 24-word passphrase from Lecher on a Trezor also or any other wallet? That's a very good question. The 24-word recovery phrase is part of the BIP39 protocol, and probably some of the other Bitcoin protocols. BIP stands for Bitcoin Protocol. Now we can take on this page here, I'll put a link to this down in the description so you guys can go there. Or I'll just throw it in the down here. Let's throw it in there so you guys can follow along if you want to. All right, now this page, you can generate a 24-word recovery phrase randomly, right? Now, you wouldn't want to create a wallet based on this, or I wouldn't, because you've all seen it, right? You don't want this to be public. But within these 24 words is the master private key of any wallet that you might generate. Now, this is a very simple mathematical representation of a wallet, right? But this is essentially what the Lecher does when you first initialize it. It generates a random 24-word recovery phrase. Now, the question is, can I use that for Lecher or Trezor or other wallets? And the answer is yes. I don't know specifically how many words a Trezor generates, because there are multiple types of mnemonic phrases, right? But the 24-word recovery phrase is an industry standard, right? It is compatible with other wallets. So depending on the type of wallet, if it's compatible with the 24-word recovery phrase, you can use it. Just because the Lecher device generated it doesn't mean that it's specific to Lecher. The Lecher is utilizing the BIP39 protocol to generate that 24-word recovery phrase. Let's just check real quick. Trezor. I'm not sure. I wasn't sure, but I thought maybe... Yeah, see, so the Trezor... it's 12, 18, or 24. So I think I'm not sure. It depends on the version of the Trezor, right? But as you can see, it mentions all three of these in one sentence, right? Because each of these is compatible with the others. In fact, I think in some of the earlier models of the ledger, there were some shorter recovery phrases. Now, the interesting thing about this recovery phrase is it can be used to recreate all of the wallets that you generate on your device. So if I go into a ledger and I create a brand new recovery phrase, seed phrase, it will generate a private key, and then from there I can generate all of these wallets. Well, that master private key is the root, right? It generates all of the wallets based on that root. So that if I were to lose this device or damage it, I could get a new one and recreate all of the same wallets again by using that 24-word recovery phrase to restore, right? You wouldn't reinitialize the new device. You would do a restore. And so when you open up a box of a Trezor or a Ledger, the first option is create a new one or restore an old one, right? So when you restore an old one, you use an existing 24-word recovery phrase to generate a new, the configuration that you had on the other device. And then each new wallet that you create will be the same one it created the last time. I know that sounds like a mouthful, sounds weird, and it's hard to wrap your head around it. But that means that the master private key is deterministic. So when I generate a Bitcoin wallet from here, it's not random, right? It uses that master private key to generate a new Bitcoin wallet. It will always generate the exact same address if you use the same master private key. So that's how you get all your wallets back. And interestingly enough, even though you create it, all your wallets are empty or even non-existent, when you do a restore, it will find any wallets you've created and show you their current balance and transaction history and all that weird stuff. It was hard for me to figure that out, that, hey, when I set up this wallet, it was empty. And they gave me this backup phrase. Well, after I put Bitcoin in there and created new wallets and needed to do a restore, how did that number know about all the new wallets I created? It didn't really know. It just regenerated the exact same wallets again because of its deterministic nature. When I say create new Bitcoin wallet, it generated the exact same wallet that it did the first time. So it's weird. Okay. No one's really asking me any questions to get me off my topic here. Oh, okay. Do you have an affiliate code for Ledger Nano? Just asking. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you go down in the description and let's see here. It's weird because I used to be able to when I went in here, it would show me my current video, but it's not showing that to me. Let me try it this way. I don't know if there's any way to... It used to be able to do this, but I can't. Maybe if I just search for CryptoDad. Try that, CryptoDad Live. Okay. It's got to be playing here somewhere. There it is, right there. Oh, what, it just disappeared. There it is. Okay. All right, so let's go over here.
I'm up.
Sorry about that. There. In the description, there's an affiliate link for Ledger, and they're running a new promo right now. And if you follow my affiliate link, it's going to ask you to vote for your favorite cryptocurrency, and it'll give you a 20% discount on a Ledger device. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it'll just take you over here, and it'll ask you to vote for your favorite cryptocurrency. Like, say you like Ethereum, right? You just click Ethereum there, and then, okay, we go over here. Okay, we did that already. Now what? Okay. Use your code. Oh, okay. They've changed it. That actually, it was very confusing. It's still a little confusing, right? Use your code. Should take you to the there. It takes you to this page, and then you just say add to cart, and then when you check out, why does it have 2 in there? I don't know. And pop in that discount code, right? And hit apply. See, it takes 20% off. So it's pretty cool, right? And you'll notice there that I use my Ethereum code. You can use any of the codes that they give you. That's your vote, right? When you choose your coin code, not all of those coin codes will give you a 20% discount on a Lecher Nano X, right? There must have been one in my cart from the last time I was on here, which is why it showed 2. So that's pretty cool. So I've got the Ethereum. So yeah, check that out. If you're interested in a ledger, do that. I thought it would only be for X. Checking now. It should only be for the X. Yeah, I don't believe you can get like a discount on any of their other products. Right. Some of their promos are for any purchase. Some of their promos are specific to a particular idea. I'm sorry, a particular product. Right. This particular promo is specific to the Lecher Nano X, but I always recommend the Lecher Nano X. Good. Is there any kind of link that brings up updates on crypto mining for newbies? The crypto mining sphere is fraught with difficulties, and it's very complicated, and it's also a haven for scammers that are trying to scam newbies into thinking that they're going to get rich being crypto miners. And I would shy away from crypto mining if you're a newbie, right? Crypto mining requires specialized hardware. It requires a large capital investment up front. Anybody that tells you that you can mine crypto, easily and quickly is lying, right? They're just trying to get your money. And there are a lot of crypto mining scams out there, and they'll hit you with stuff like, join our club, and give us a subscription or whatever, and we'll give you a cut of the mining that we do. That's a scam. Now there might be a few legit ones out there that are actually selling cloud mining space, but most of them are scams. And and if they're telling you, you can get rich mining, give us some money and we'll get you set up, just don't trust it, right? Let's look at a real mining website. This is where you can buy actual Bitcoin miners, right? Let's look at this guy. All right, and they're all sold out right now. All right, and they're all expensive. Right? So, I mean, if you really want to go mine Bitcoin, then you need a lot of money. And then after you get this thing set up, you're going to need, it's going to draw power. It's going to be noisy. It's going to need to be cooled. It's a lot of hassle. So, if you're a newbie, I would stay away from mining, right? You can mine minor cryptocurrencies that might take off someday. But once again, you've got to buy equipment. You've got to have GPU miners. You can mine with your GPU. You can't mine. You can mine Ethereum with a GPU, but your return on investment is going to be minuscule. I mean, that's kind of like you do better. I don't know, you do better just to stand on the street asking for people for money than you would mining Monero on your graphics card. You might make like $2 a month. I'm a cynic, of course, right? But if you have a great graphics card, then all right, then you've spent $1,000 just to get yourself going. Anyway, Now you know what I think about mining. Okay, all right. You're dead set on mining. Okay, I get it. Easy and quick isn't what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to figure out a way to make a passive steady source by using my hardware. Okay, I get it. Okay, you want to do that? You're convinced. I haven't dissuaded you. So no, there's no centralized, you know, official website where you're going to find everything you need to know about mining, right? That's another problem with mining is there are so many sources out there. It's extremely confusing. So Mavir, if you've done any research at all, it's obvious to you that there is no overarching authoritative source on exactly how to mine, right? That's another reason that I'm not into mining. It's a minefield, right? No pun intended. So no, I can't help you with an overarching authoritative site that gives you everything you need to know about mining. There's thousands of sites out there, and they're all pretty much going to tell you the same thing slightly differently. So you're just going to have to make your own way. That's all there is to it. And you gotta choose the cryptocurrency you want to mine, and then you got to find the right mining software for that particular cryptocurrency, and then you're going to have to troubleshoot and figure out how to set up your miner and your hardware. And like I said, there's no like authoritative site that's going to help you. But I'll give you a hint. Any site that wants you to pay them for any information, move on to the next one, right? All the information you need is out there for free, but you got to do the legwork, right? You got to figure it out on your own. Sorry, I didn't mean to make light of your quest. Minor cryptocurrencies would be ? Okay. In future, if BTC is 100K per coin, will it be limited or restricted in withdrawing our money? I see some exchange limits in selling per day. And will there be exchange shutdown due to overwhelming selling transactions? We can't sell our BTC. Okay, well, you seem to be under the assumption that you are going to be mega wealthy by buying Bitcoin in the next few years, right? But you're worried that you won't be able to get your money out of Bitcoin into something that you can use, like your bank account. Okay, I get that. Yeah, there are limits, and so you would have to abide by those limits, right? I mean, if your Bitcoin is worth $1 million, then yeah, you'll probably only be able to withdraw maybe 25K or 50K a day or a week or whatever, and you'll have to deal with that. That's true. But the idea here, and the mindset here is everyone's always thinking, how am I going to cash out, without really thinking, what if Bitcoin becomes the medium of exchange, the medium of value? Then why would I want to switch it into my bank account, right? Why wouldn't I just use Bitcoin to pay for stuff, as opposed to, worrying about, am I going to be able to cash it out when the time comes? Look at the exchange that you're dealing with and decide, Jesus. Sorry, someone just texted me. Let me reply to him. I'm sure the holiday caused the issue. Period. I'll figure it out for you. Okay. All right. Did you check and uphold your back card from Brave, not the one you created? I believe you need to wait for the end. There's a threshold, bats. Okay, we're talking about... So yeah, Each exchange has its own withdrawal limits if that's what you're intending. And so there are different tiers too. So like on Binance, if you can step up a level in your membership to allow more and higher withdrawal limits, right? So if you're worried that you're gonna have $1 million worth of Bitcoin or 100K worth of Bitcoin, then think ahead a little bit and up your membership so that you have larger withdrawal limits, and then you'll be able to pull out what you need when you want it, right? Okay, OS, I can see BAT tokens in my browser wallet, but it's not showing up to my Uphold account. Any thoughts? Okay, so I'm assuming that you have, let's go over to this one. If you go to Brave Rewards and you hit withdraw funds, it should link to your Uphold account. And we're going to have to get signed in for that. Come on, please. Okay. God, dog it. Ugh. All right. It's just not cooperating with me today, is it? Okay. That? Nope. Okay. Wow. All right, Uphold. You're not being nice to me today. All right. I can deal with it. All right. All right. So I'm going to put in my two-factor here. Okay. Crypto. Brave. Uphold. Okay, there we go. All right, so you have... I see BAT tokens in my browser wallet, but it is not showing up in my Uphold account. Any thoughts? Okay, now that we've got this linked, let's see what we got here. Okay. Huh. All right, now it just sort of synced up. So I would say maybe log into both accounts and see what happens. Withdraw funds. The actual withdrawal doesn't take place, right? You see it's synced, right? So the amount of BAT and the money is the same as it is here, right? 12.6 BAT, 322. If we look over here, it says 12.58 and 322 in US dollar. That's my Brave browser card in Uphold. So, and they're synced. So I would say sign into both accounts, perhaps, to get them synced up. Good morning. You are a Bitcoin maximalist, or you own some alts. If so, then what is your top alt? Thanks. Okay. So altcoins. Here we go. Let's look here. All right, so my top alts are the top alts by market cap. I'm just a play it safe kind of guy. I don't like every alt that's in the top 10 or 20, but I tend to stick with the ones that are in the top 10 or 20 based on my preferences. If someone tells me about some new altcoin that's like number 386, I'll be a little bit leery. Yeah, you can buy them cheap and everything, but whether or not it's going to actually pay out for you in the end is a little bit, you don't know for sure. So if you stick with the larger cap alts, you're probably not gonna get, you're not gonna be a millionaire tomorrow, but it'll be a good investment in your future, and you'll probably see a pretty good return down the road. You may not, see that coin go to the moon, like you might some of the newer altcoins. So Ethereum, the number 2, of course. Big believer in Ethereum. Cardano. I'm not a big fan of the Bitcoin hard forks like Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV. Sosumi. A lot of people are into these. I'm really not. Cardano is a good up and coming crypto that I like. Litecoin is a smaller, faster version of Bitcoin. Binance Coin is the official coin of Binance. So that's a decent coin to get into. Binance is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. A lot of people on Binance buying worldwide, right? People in the U.S. aren't really allowed to use it. They have to use Binance US, but the main Binance cryptocurrency exchange is a worldwide phenomenon. And then you got Crypto.com coin. I'm a big believer in Crypto.com, an iOS-based, Android-based, phone-based cryptocurrency exchange. Chainlink's coming up there, and Tezos, all both good solid coins. Stellar 14, Tron is 16. Not that I don't know about Tron. We got Monero, which I like, privacy-based coin. So yeah, kind of just look at each coin. You can click on the coin in CoinMarketCap, get more information, go to their website, learn more. So CoinMarketCap.com is a good place to get started on researching which coins you want to invest in or own, right? So while we're thinking about that, why don't we do a little crypto move, okay? So let's pull up our phone here, and let's go over to Crypto.com, and we'll go over to my account. And as you can see, I've got some Crypto.com coin there. So why don't we sell a little bit of that for some Bitcoin? So let's see how much. I can go over to CoinGecko.com. And figure out how much $50 worth of CRO would be, right? I want to sell a certain amount of CRO to give me $50 worth of Bitcoin. All right, so I'll just switch it here. I'll do 50. All right, so I need to sell about 371 CRO to get myself $50 worth of Bitcoin. So let's do that. We'll do 400. All right, so Crypto.com. I want to sell my CRO. Right, I'm going to sell 400 of it. If I can get it here. I want to switch it to Bitcoin, right? I'll go ahead and sell 400 CRO for Bitcoin, right? And we'll hit sell CRO and confirm. I'm not looking at it, sorry. I'm looking at my computer screen, not my phone. Okay. All right, so that's done. We should get an email confirmation, and we should see the balance go down a little bit. And now you can see we've got about $53 worth of Bitcoin. Now I'd like to withdraw that Bitcoin to my own wallet, right? This Bitcoin is in a wallet or an exchange wallet, but it's not my Bitcoin technically until I put it in my own wallet where I control the private keys. So we've got this Lecher live, which gives me an interface to my Bitcoin wallets. All right, so we're going to put it in Bitcoin main, and I'm going to do a receive. I need to get a receiving address so that I can send the Bitcoin to my wallet. All right, I've got my device connected, right? And I was in the Bitcoin app already. So as you can see, the Bitcoin address is showing on my device. And like I said, I'm sorry I don't have my secondary camera working. All right. And I can show QR code here to get the QR code of this Bitcoin address. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's open up our crypto.com and let's go to our Bitcoin. And I want to make a transfer, right? I'm going to transfer the Bitcoin. So I'm not buying or selling, right? I'm transferring. And so what I want to do is withdraw the Bitcoin. Whoops, sorry. All right, so you can see my phone a little better there. I want to withdraw the Bitcoin, so I'm going to tap on withdraw, right, on my phone. I'll tap that, and I want to go to an external wallet. So I'm going to tap external wallet. Now, as you can see, I've already got some addresses whitelisted in there, but this is a brand new Bitcoin address. So I'm going to scan that QR code to send this Bitcoin to that address. So I need to add that new address to my list. We call that whitelisting. All right. So I'm going to hit the plus up in the very top right corner up here. I'm going to hit that plus, and it's going to open up the address interface. Right. So I'm going to tap that QR code. I don't know where's he. I'm going to tap that QR code there next to Bitcoin address, and it opens up the camera on my phone, right? And then I can just scan that QR code in, and it autofills it into the address field, right? It makes it easier. I sure wouldn't want to try and type that thing out by hand, right? And now I need to name this wallet. I need to give it a unique identifier. So I'll just call this one Lecher. Whoops. Oh, okay. That was weird. Nano X. I'll call it B, right? Because I've already have one in there, right? So I'm going to hit continue there. Now, it's going to add that address to my list, but it wants a confirmation, right? Security measure. So I'm going to have to get my two-factor authentication. So I'm going to go to my Google Authenticator, and there's my Google Authenticator codes. You can see crypto.com is at the top. Waited for a new code. Now I'm going to tap at the top, crypto.com. You see down there at the bottom it says copied, which means that code is copied into my clipboard. Now I'll tap and paste that code into my crypto.com app to authorize that. Now there's another security measure, which is email confirmation. So they just sent me an email to my address on file, and they want to know if that's correct, if it's me or not, right? And because I have control of that email address, I can confirm. And there, it added that new address. It looks like the same, I named it the same thing as before, but it treated it as a new one. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of weird. But the idea here is that I want to make them unique. And I can take these out if I want to, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and withdraw that BTC. And I can edit that field. So instead of $100 worth of Bitcoin, I'm just going to go down there below the withdrawal button and tap on max. It'll autofill the maximum amount of Bitcoin I can withdraw. I'll tap withdraw, and it's going to give me a confirmation screen. It's going to charge me a small amount of Bitcoin for the withdrawal, and it's going to ask me for that two-factor authentication again. So I'll go back over to Google Authenticator. I'll tap that code, copy it into my clipboard, slide back over here. I'm going to tap paste and hit continue. All right. And that's going to confirm that withdrawal request. All right. So there. I had to give them a Bitcoin address. I had to go through I had to jump through all those hoops to securely confirm that it was in fact me who is providing that address, right? You don't want somebody to hack into your account and withdraw all of your funds to their Bitcoin wallet, right? So I had to prove myself through my two-factor authentication, which I have set up, and that email confirmation. So it's pretty safe and secure protocols that they have in crypto.com to prevent people attacking, hacking your account, right? So even if you knew my username and password for crypto.com, you wouldn't be able to get in unless you had my phone, right? And even if you had my phone, you would need the email too. But pretty much if you had my phone, you'd have my Gmail too. But the idea is that some hacker in Russia or India or England, I'm trying not to cast any aspersions on anybody, but any hacker, there could be a hacker in Illinois trying to log into my account remotely. He wouldn't be able to do it, he or she, because they need the phone, right? The phone has the two-factor authentication. All right, so that's done. And let's close this out here. And I'm going to confirm on the device, right? The reason I didn't confirm completely on the device is because when I confirm on the device that receiving address, the address goes away on my screen, right? I needed that QR code, so I waited, right? And now we'll just wait for the Bitcoin to come into this account. It should come in shortly. And it doesn't always happen instantaneously. You have to be patient, right? And a lot of people freak out when they withdraw crypto from an exchange if it doesn't happen right away. And every exchange is a little bit different. You just have to be patient, right? Well, you can see there that the $50 worth of Bitcoin has arrived. But notice this little clock. So the clock means that the Bitcoin has to confirm on the blockchain before it becomes spendable or movable. All right? That is built into the Bitcoin blockchain. That's how come it can be decentralized, right? A bank, when you withdraw money from a bank, it's centralized, right? The bank checks your identity and clears it centrally and releases the money. And that happens pretty quick. But that means that your bank controls everything. With Bitcoin, it's decentralized. There are lots of nodes spread around the world on different computers that are running Bitcoin blockchain nodes, and all of those nodes have copies of the blockchain. So when your wallet receives a transaction, it needs to be confirmed on the blockchain so that it knows it's a valid blockchain transaction. That's just the way the blockchain was built to make it decentralized so that it didn't have to rely on one central authority, right? So when your bank goes down, then none of their ATMs work. But with Bitcoin, many nodes could go down and other nodes would pick up the slack, right? So it's a decentralized system. Pretty cool. So, but anyway, we need to wait for this to confirm before I can move the Bitcoin out, right? It says not confirmed. So you can look here, there was one from yesterday that's already confirmed. All right, so let's see. Okay, did I check in Uphold my back card from Brave, not the one you created? Okay, so it's possible that you might have more than one card in Uphold, right? You can click here, and as you can see, there are different cards, right? There's the Brave browser card, there's the Brave payments card, there's my YouTube tips card, I've got the Reddit, Twitter, and GitHub. You can see some people have tipped me on Twitter, which is pretty cool. These cards are kind of like wallets in a way. So they hold they hold different balances, but they're really more like accounts than they are anything else within my Uphold, sub accounts within my Uphold, right? They call them cards. Okay, they sort of look like cards. They look like credit cards, right, or debit cards, just the icon, right? It's just the way you manage your Brave accounts. If you won 10K on a scratch lottery ticket, what cryptos would you buy and what percent holding? Okay, I'm not really an investment advisor. I'm more of how to move crypto from your wallets. You might want to ask that question to, an investment kind of guy. And the question is moot because I don't buy scratchers, so it would never happen to me. Okay, correct, exactly, but BAT token is not there with my Uphold account card. I'm at a loss at this point. You might want to call Uphold support and ask them, right? I showed you that my account is synced. I'm not sure why yours isn't. Can you expand a bit on your knowledge? I would like to thank the guy who asked about BAT Brave. I do face issue. I use it like 6 weeks. I'm on 0.6 BAT. My Uphold is not verified yet. Additionally, I have issues with the profiles. Okay, so if you're having trouble syncing your accounts, then I would suggest rather than having a link to from Brave, that you close your Brave browser, open up Chrome or Edge or whatever, and get yourself set up in your Uphold account. Get the account set up, get your personal information added, and get your your Uphold account synced up and set up, right? And then go back to Brave and do the withdrawal. And when you do the withdrawal, if you're not synced yet, when you click that, it's going to ask you to log into your Brave. In fact, Uphold. You'll notice that I did that today, right? It gave me a login window. So instead of trying to set up your account from within Brave, set it up in Chrome so that you already have a login to get yourself logged in. And when you log in, it should show you the sync here. And if it's not doing that, then my only thing is get a hold of Uphold tech support. So there's a problem, right? Mine seems to be working fine, so it's not an Uphold issue. Okay. Is it possible to stake any cryptocurrency straight out of Ledger wallet? Yes. Okay. So let's take a look at the cryptocurrencies that are stakeable from within Ledger, right? They've recently added support for Cosmos. When you deposit Cosmos in a Ledger-based wallet, you have there's a button up there that says Earn Rewards, right? And you can go delegate your balance to a validator, right? And you can choose your validator. So I've chosen CastleNode. There are many others out there. It's all done from within Ledger. So if you want a step-by-step on how you set that up, then I'm going to link you to this video. Whoops. I think this is the latest one. There it is.
Steven.
All right, that video is how to stake Cosmos in Ledger Live. It gives you a step-by-step from beginning to end, right? Because at this point, I've already got it staked. So I can't really show you how to go from beginning to end, right? So check out that video. It's a step-by-step and exactly how you do this, right? And also, you can stake Tezos. Tezos is another cryptocurrency that can be staked from within your Ledger wallet. Now, the interesting thing about staking is that when you have your crypto stored in your Ledger wallet, it is safe and secure. The private key is stored on your device, and you control it completely. You're lending it to them digitally, But you can end that delegation at any time, right? You can click over here and say end delegation, right? But while it's being delegated, you're earning interest, you're earning rewards. You can see there that some rewards came in the other day. And over time, steady passive income of rewards. Very small, right? Because this is just kind of a demo account so that I can demonstrate to you guys how it works, right? It's not a lot of Tezos, like $100 worth of Tezos. The more Tezos you're holding in your wallet, the greater your rewards will be, right? I believe they're around 6%, 7%. Not huge, right? It's not get rich quick money. It's earn passive income money. That's the way it goes, right? And then also we've got Tron, which is another cryptocurrency. As you can see, I'm not staking Tron at the moment. So we've got these earn reward buttons here that will allow us to enable earning Tron. I had it staked before, or they call it frozen. And right now it's not frozen, right? My balance is available, but I do have some residual Tron rewards that I earned during that time, right? So there we go. We've got Cosmos, Tezos, and Tron. As far as I know, those are the only 3 that you can stake on Ledger Live. Now, there are other ways of staking besides that. You could use the Atomic Wallet. You can stake from within the Atomic Wallet. The Atomic Wallet is free to download. Doesn't cost you a penny to download and install the wallet. The private key is installed on your computer. They're going to give you a backup phrase, which you'll write down and store in a safe place. And then you'll be able to store cryptocurrencies within the wallet. And I believe, let's see, where's staking? Yeah. So yeah, available. Tron, Tezos, and Atom within the Atomic Wallet. This is a application that runs on your computer. So it's not separated, right? With the Ledger, you've got the software interface here, and you've got the hardware device which holds your private keys. If you're going to run the Atomic Wallet, then there's no separation, right? The application is on your computer and the private key is on your computer. So a little less secure because your computer might be compromised by malware or spyware or anything like that, or even someone has remote access to your computer, hacker, that kind of thing. So not quite as secure as the hardware solution, but reasonably secure if you keep your computer secure. If you've got a firewall and antivirus and anti-malware, you take good care of your computer. And there you go. So that's, and it's cheaper, right? You don't have to run out and buy a Ledger device to stake cryptocurrency in the Atomic Wallet. I believe you can also do it in Exodus. I'm not a huge fan of Exodus Wallet. I like their interface, looks cool. I'm not too crazy about the way they back up the keys, but that's just my personal gripe. There's nothing wrong with Exodus Wallet. A lot of people love it. A lot of people tell me about it, that they've got crypto staked. It supports a lot of different cryptocurrencies. It now supports Monero. It's got a mobile version. So a lot of good stuff happening with Exodus. You can also tie your hardware device to it as well. So that's pretty cool, right? And Exodus is free to download and install on your computer. And I was pretty sure that you could stake within Exodus. I didn't see that here, but I was told by some other people that you can stake from within Exodus. So check it out. It's free to download and try out. And you'll basically do the same thing that you saw me do earlier, which is buy some crypto on an exchange, withdraw it from the exchange, and store it in your own wallet, right? You need to get the idea of moving the digital asset between points, right, between your exchange and your wallet. And then you'll also want to become adept at moving cryptocurrency from your wallet to an exchange if you need to cash out. All right. So if you want to cash out, then you'll need to put it back on crypto.com or Coinbase or Binance US or Binance in order to actually, withdraw back to your own bank account. All right. There are a lot of ways to do that. So, but that's the main thing that I want to focus on in Bitcoin Basics, this live stream, is moving crypto from one place to another, right? That's really the reason I do this YouTube channel in many respects, is just to sort of get you in the practice of moving your crypto back and forth. If you don't practice, then when you really want to do it, it's going to be stressful. And, you're going to be like, oh my God, my coin just took off. I need a new, washing machine. I want to, move some of that crypto back so I can cash out. And you've never done it before and you're not in practice and you're freaking out. So if you practice doing it when it's not stressful, then when the time comes when you really need to move your crypto from point A to point B, for whatever reason, you'll be you'll have experience, practice. Rex, if I reboot my Elipal Titan, I will lose my crypto or not? I have an issue with that device. The camera can't read the QR code for any exchange into the wallet, or do I deposit any crypto? Okay, GS Bacon. When you set up that Elipal, you wrote down a recovery phrase. We talked about recovery phrases early on. That recovery phrase has your crypto. You could shoot that Elipal with a gun and you would still not lose your crypto because you've got your backup phrase. So if you're having issues with a particular device, don't be afraid to troubleshoot it. Don't be afraid to turn it off and turn it back on again and, move it around. Do whatever you got to do to troubleshoot that device and get it running. If it's not working, then contact the company and get a replacement, or have a backup already. A lot of people buy 2 ledgers or 2 Trezors so that if something happens to the one, they'll be able to pick up right where they left off on their backup device. Your 24-word recovery phrase is where your crypto is. So you're not going to lose your crypto by turning off the device and turning it back on again. If the device is fried, then just get a new device and restore using your backup phrase, right? And if you don't know where your backup phrase is, then you're in trouble, right? So don't worry about losing your crypto by troubleshooting your device a little. I get a lot of that. People are always worried that, I'm afraid if I touch the wrong button, I'm going to lose my crypto. That's not true. You're not. Right? Unless you accidentally send it somewhere. But that's probably not going to happen. Okay, Scott Lee's here. Hooray! Hello, Scott. How are you? Carrie Mack, Lecher X Newbie. The code that the Ledger creates to receive coins, is that a permanent code only specific to my Ledger wallet, i.e. can I use that code repeatedly without having the Ledger create a new code? Excellent question, Carrie. The receiving address, and you saw me create one when we did this, right? When we received that code to, I guess it was this one, right? I can use that code over and over again. No sweat, right? I can go to crypto.com and withdraw to that Bitcoin address all day long, right? Multiple times. That address will always send... That address will always send Bitcoin directly into your wallet, right? That wallet will always receive it. Now, each time you do receive on a new receive, it will generate a new receiving address. You mentioned the word code, it looks like a code, right? But specifically, it's called a receiving address. Your ledger is capable of generating multiple receiving addresses. It is best practice to generate a new receiving address for each transaction. That keeps the transactions separated so that someone that receives your address doesn't see your entire history, right? So, but yes, you can resend to the same address over and over and over again. No big deal, right? But best practice is to generate a new one each time. A little more of a hassle, but safer and more secure and more private than to just send crypto endlessly to the same address, right? Aloha, Scott. Don't shoot the messenger, Ella Paul. Right. Yeah, don't, like I said, don't get all freaked out if your device is on the fritz. As long as you've got your 24-word recovery phrase or 12-word or whatever, how many words it has, you can recover to another Ella Paul. And then we talked earlier about the 24-word or the BIP39 protocol in the sense that it's compatible with other wallets, right? You can use that 24-word recovery phrase on multiple types of wallets. So you could even take, if you've got an Ellipal 24-word recovery phrase, you could restore it to your Ledger or Trezor or whatever other wallet is compatible with a 24-word recovery phrase. But be caution about that. That's kind of advanced stuff, but just remember, I guess the point I'm trying to make is don't think your crypto is just going to evaporate into thin air if you accidentally press the wrong button, right? As long as you've got your 24-word recovery phrase, you'll always be able to recover that crypto one way or another, by hook or crook, right? You're safe. Yes, I did, and have the recovery phrase. Thanks, Rex. Be blessed. Good. Good, GS Bacon. Thank you. So, yeah, I would hope that you turn that device off and turn it back on, and then the camera will start to work again, hopefully, right? And if it doesn't, no sweat. You'll be able to get yourself, hopefully, a replacement from Ellipal and or just get another one, right? I know they're not cheap, right? They're about $100. Adam78, I always recommend your channel to people that need help with crypto. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. What is the difference between native SegWit and SegWit in Ledger Bitcoin Wallet? That's a very good question. They're just two different address formats, right? So your wallet can be a SegWit-based wallet like this, right? And when you do a receive on a SegWit-based wallet, the address usually starts with a 3 or a 1, right? This is an older format of address, all right? Now, when you create an empty wallet, Bitcoin wallet with Ledger, it's going to offer you both, right? There'll be two different accounts there that you can add, right? A SegWit or a native SegWit. The native SegWit is the newer format. And if you want to add both, that's fine. One or the other, it doesn't really matter. I would recommend native SegWit. It's the newer format. And when we do a receive on native SegWit, you can see the address starts with BC1. It's just an address format, right? The only issue that you might want to have both is that if I were to take this address and put it into Bittrex, a cryptocurrency exchange, Bittrex would say it was an invalid Bitcoin address because they don't support native SegWit Bitcoin addresses yet. So you would want to have a regular SegWit account that, in case you needed to withdraw crypto from an exchange that does not support the newer format yet. Hopefully they all will at some point, and it won't be an issue anymore. But right now it is, because there are certain exchanges that don't recognize that new Bitcoin address format. But it's the same Bitcoin, though. It's not different Bitcoin. It's just a different way of moving it, right? It's like a software upgrade to the existing Bitcoin blockchain. So native SegWit is the newer, better format. SegWit is the older format. I'd recommend the newer format, but you might want to have an account in case you run into a situation where the exchange that you're trying to move Bitcoin from throws up an invalid address. That's because they don't support the newer format yet. And then once you get Bitcoin in your SegWit account, you can move it into your native SegWit account and back and forth. On Ledger, you can move them back and forth between the different accounts. So you could withdraw to your SegWit account and then consolidate into your native SegWit account. Just manage your different cryptocurrency accounts. Is there a difference in the time taken to send crypto to a native versus native SegWit? It's my understanding. Now, I've had some people ask me, correct me on this or whatever. I don't know. It's my understanding that native SegWit is faster. That's my understanding of it. Yeah. And cheaper. That was also my understanding of it. Someone corrected me a few weeks back about it's not quite this or that. It's not quite that cut and dried. But my understanding was that native SegWit was both faster and cheaper. Right. So that's why I kind of stuck with it. Actually, there's a Ledger native SegWit. Oops, if I can find it. There we go. That's a great article that probably explains it a lot better than I just did. What's the difference between native SegWit and SegWit? Right. Very good article from Lecher. Right. So you might want to check that one out too. Oops, fees. Yeah, when you move, even from your own wallets, right? Which is kind of a drag because I control both of these wallets. But when I move Bitcoin from one account to the other within my own Ledger Live, yes, I will incur small Bitcoin miner fees or network fees. That's just how the Bitcoin blockchain works. Because it's not owned by any one entity, there are no like centralized merchant fees or account fees like you would get with a bank. But there is a built-in mechanism where the community gets paid, right, or is motivated to maintain the network because of these network fees. Now, the idea behind Bitcoin is that the Bitcoin fees are negligible, right? And that's the the perfect world, right? But in a perfect world, the fees kind of can go up and down based on how the network, if it's the network is being overloaded or not. They're working on that, right? They're working on keeping the fees low and fast, right? But there are times from high activity where the fees might go up a bit, right? It's not going to break your bank, but it might be a little more expensive to move your Bitcoin around. But you've heard stories on the news and stuff that, oh, somebody moved $50 million worth of Bitcoin and the network fee was $3, you know. So, the idea of Bitcoin is that those fees are much lower than they would be with bank transfers, right? International bank transfers, you pay a lot of money to move $50 million worth of dollars, right? Bitcoin is the solution to that. Oatmeal is waiting, Scott. Enjoy your oatmeal. What is the difference when Elipal offers you general or SegWit when you first initiate wallet? General, or I don't think it's called general. It's called. I'm trying to think what Ledger calls it. A legacy. I believe that in Ledger it's called a legacy address, and that's an even older address format than SegWit, right? I would stick with SegWit over legacy, but there are old legacy wallets out there that you might want access to. So a lot of wallets still support legacy. So I don't have any in my live, but I could if I scanned this old Ledger Nano S, it would discover some legacy accounts. So they can be still added into Ledger Live, but they will not be presented as an option when you're creating new Bitcoin wallets, right? It's an older format that is kind of on its way out, right? You know, just like phones, right? Who wants to use an iPhone 4, right? You could still make a call to an iPhone 4, but it lacks a lot of features that your new iPhone 10 has, right? Same with Bitcoin, right? It's always being improved. Yeah. Turkey sandwich, yeah. Using crypto with VPN possible. Yeah, you can, you can run your wallets on your computer with your VPN active, and that hides some of your IP activity, right? The idea being that, when you, and I said something about this a few live streams ago, and somebody corrected me, of course, because it wasn't technically accurate as he thought I should have been. We were talking about Bitcoin tracing, and that Bitcoin transactions can be traced to a location by your IP activity. And yes, Bitcoin is technically not an IP protocol, but when you are moving information in and out of your computer, be it Bitcoin information or email information, that activity goes out over the internet, and that activity can be traced. So if they're trying to track down a Bitcoin address through computer forensics and blockchain forensics, they might be able to tie your Bitcoin address to your computer activity. And VPN would make that much more difficult, right? It would obfuscate the transactions, the computer activity going in and out. But yes, your Bitcoin wallets will work even if you have your VPN active, right? Just another layer of security that you can add to improve your privacy and security when you're dealing with cryptocurrencies. Will using the VPN get me banned by Crypto.com? I don't believe so. But Crypto.com is an app on your phone. So, you would use VPN on your phone for that, unless you're using the Crypto.com exchange, which I'm not sure of. There are a lot of exchanges out there that ban U.S. users, and but you can connect to them when you've got a VPN active, and they don't recognize where you're coming from, right? Your VPN is hiding that, right? So some exchanges might see that and detect that. I don't know. Most of them don't, as far as I know. But yeah, if you're on Crypto.com on your phone and you've got your VPN active on your phone, I don't think they would ban you. You might want to. I really don't know the answer to that question. I haven't ever seen any rules where they say you're not allowed to use a VPN to access your Crypto.com account, and I would think that you wouldn't, because it's fairly common for people to use VPNs on their phone to protect themselves from hackers, right? So I don't think that would be a restriction for Crypto.com. That's just my guess. In order to set up a Crypto.com account, they already know who you are anyway, right? They know your name and your address and your government ID. So you're not really fooling them when you log in with a VPN, right? You're logging into your account, right? So they go, oh, okay, Rex just logged in. He lives in the U.S. We know him. We've got his ID on file, right? The only people you would be fooling was maybe hackers that might be watching or snooping, right, your activity on either end, right? But Crypto.com knows who you are when you log into your account, right? So enabling the VPN is probably fine. Would you recommend purchasing a cheap laptop to do only hard wallet transactions in crypto exchanges? I wouldn't personally, because I find it very inconvenient to use a completely separate computer for a separate task, right? Because I got my desktop all set up, I'm all comfortable. I wouldn't really want to have a separate computer just for crypto, especially in my line of work, right, which is YouTube and education and all that. I want to be able to just do it on my main computer, right? But a lot of people do that. A lot of people that I've met, they have a laptop that they only use for crypto. There are some benefits, security benefits to that, but the price, the price you pay in inconvenience for me is not worth it. But if you're a very careful individual and you want to feel ultra safe, and you're worried that maybe if you're doing crypto on your main computer, you're susceptible to viruses and malware and that kind of stuff, you might want to just do crypto on a separate computer, right? But that separate computer better be clean too. The idea is that on that separate computer, you're not going to go on other websites, right? You're not going to, do stuff that might catch malware. You're just going to run your crypto wallets on that separate computer. So yeah, that's a valid process, right? To do everything on crypto related on a separate computer that only does crypto, right? A little more secure, but a little too inconvenient for me. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off, guys. I've got a date with my computer. I'm going to wipe my hard drive and get everything set up so that next time when we do the live stream, I will have my secondary camera working, and you guys, hey, you can see this. Hang on. I'll sign off with this. Where are we here? This? Okay. Is that it? Can I do this? Yeah. Whoa! Ah! Ugh. This thing. Oh. Oh, we better turn this off. Okay, here we do. Damn it. Come on, Rex. You can do this. I'm going to turn that chroma key off so you guys can see this. All right, there's the new rig, guys. It's got the water-cooled water pump and the GPU here with the water-cooled GPU, the water-cooled CPU, the LED RAM, the light strips, the glass case, all that good stuff. And you can see my workbench over there. So, but the computer's all set up, but I would like to redo the hard drives, right? Whenever I install a new system, I like to get do the hard drive thing. Wipe my hard disk, reinstall Windows clean, start from scratch. Because there were some issues. Because you can take your old hard drive and stick it in a new machine, and Windows will kind of go, setting up new devices and get you back up and running. But I don't feel optimal unless I do a full wipe and restore and reinstall. So I'm going to do that. I'll be back with you guys live on Friday. Every Friday. Not Friday, Saturday. I changed it, right? Saturday's been working out really well, guys. More people, it's more convenient for more people. So I've been pretty happy with that. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me for the live Q&A from Michigan, where it's a little more broad. We talk about Bitcoin and the news. I spend more time with you guys. I move crypto around and do my very best to answer your questions. Thanks for joining me today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.